they mad. They mad. Did they snub Lil Wayne by letting Kendrick Lamar perform at the Super Bowl? I'm going to give my take on that. We going to talk about that a little later. My boy Jabari put together a great video. If you don't know Jabari, big YouTuber. He has a lot of dope videos. He put together a dope comprehensive video about everything that's been going on ever since Kendrick Lamar was announced to do the Super Bowl. So let's get it.
Removed from the debut of
Hip Hop is a sport, ladies and gentlemen.
Since then, Kendrick has really only done two things.
And sometimes they complain from the crowd. I swear for God, they complain from the stands.
Were his live performance in concert.
I was there. Hey, man. I was there. Make sure you subscribe to Jabari
and then, of
if
course,
you haven't.
Also releasing the actual video for the #1 song in the world.
Yep.
But other than that, it has been mostly radio silence from the rapper. That was until yesterday when he dropped the announcement that he would be headlining the Super Bowl halftime show this year.
What the deal, everybody?
Boy, did the internet lose their mind.
And I'll be performing at Super Bowl 59.
It's not.
Will you be pulling up? I hope so. You know it's only one opportunity to win a championship. No round twos. Let's get it. Boom! Meet me in New Orleans. February 9th, 2025.
Now, a lot of people are focused on what he said right here.
Wow.
You know it's only one opportunity to win a championship.
Shots
No round twos.
This, of course, was Kendrick once again trolling Drake.
By the way, go grab you a t-shirt. Hip Hop is a sport. I got my pink one on. Go link in the pin comment. We got all kind of different colors. Go grab that. Let's get back into it.
As a couple of weeks ago, Drake was posting onto his Finstagram that he would win round 2 of the beef.
Bad idea.
Put it in the front page, back page, middle page, wherever. Headliners, column 1 or 2, we will win game 2.
You're not backing off?
We will win game 2.
This, of course, had all of Drake's biggest fanboys pitching a tent in their pants.
Game 2, we will win. That's a fact.
Hey.
This the new thing. Drake in 5. Drake in 5, people.
Only the real understand that, bro.
What's understood.
You know what's the craziest part is academics. Nobody is having a bigger mental breakdown than academics, Nicki Minaj and Birdman. And I don't know if I want to address Nicki Minaj and Birdman in this video because it might be its own whole video. Because some of y'all have, heard how I feel about the whole Lil Wayne bus shooting. I still never, I still think it's weird niggas forgave niggas for that. But
real understand that, bro.
What's understood don't need to be explained. Y'all gonna watch it. Y'all are watching.
The other thing people were saying was that this had to be a callback to a line from First Person Shooter, the notorious song that apparently kicked off this entire beef. This was, of course, where J. Cole and Drake finally would collaborate once again, and apparently Drake also wanted Kendrick on this song, but he refused.
Drake hit up Kendrick to say, hey, we got an open for you. It's me and Cole. Come holla at me. Do the song. Kendrick doesn't do the song, then he hears the song, and the song is a bunch of niggas who's talking about me and you is a Spider-Man meme and blah, 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 and
big as a Super Bowl.
He says, man,
aged badly.
Niggas who couldn't get a feature from me is now acting like they're #1 and #2, both of them.
Here J. Cole raps, love when
I also think that it's weird, and people in my comment section, people on Twitter have been hitting me up and saying this more, and y'all know I've been saying this from the jump. I think it's a little weird how people kind of dumped everything on Drake and not on J. Cole, because J. Cole, besides like the history Kendrick and Drake have, if we're talking about First Person Shooter being the provoking moment, Cole should have provoked him just as much, but now I think it's the history that he has two different histories with him. But I will say, Cole, you was saying a lot of this too, so I know Drake got blamed for it, but Cole did too.
Here J. Cole raps, love when they argue the hardest MC. Is it K-Dot, is it Aubrey, or me? We are the big three like we started a league, but right now I feel like Muhammad Ali. Now obviously Kendrick would respond to the big three controversy on the Future single Like That, where he says, the big three, it's just big me.
I also think Kendrick actually was shooting at Cole not as much. He definitely hit Cole with rubber bullets. Like every time it was Drake, he put them 7.62s in there. He put 7.62s in for Drake. With Cole is like, man, let me switch this gun out for the one with the dummies in it. That's what it felt like. But he was hitting them. After Big 3 is a shot at Cole too.
And that pretty much anyone standing in his way, including both Drake and J. Cole, could get the smoke. Now, eventually, as we all now know, J. Cole would eventually back down, and it was probably in his best interest to do so and not get caught up in this carnage.
I still don't
So what I want to say right here tonight is in the midst of me doing that and in that shit, trying to find a little angle and downplay this nigga's fucking catalog and his greatness, I want to say right now tonight, how many people think Kendrick Lamar is one of the greatest motherfuckers to ever touch a fucking microphone?
Woo, what a weird moment. What a weird moment.
Now, as for the callback to this song,
right,
Drake in the chorus says,
like
big as the what, big as the what, big as the what, big as the Super Bowl. Now, even back at that time, a lot of people did see that as
something about Jabari's delivery, too. Big as the what, big as the what, big as the Super Bowl. His delivery is hilarious.
a shot at Kendrick, because back in 2022, Kendrick came out during the legendary Super Bowl halftime performance with Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, 50 Cent, and Eminem. Let me ask
that missed me during the beef too, is that big as the Super Bowl. And he actually performed at the Super Bowl. Okay.
Ask you guys something. You don't think that J. Cole and Drake felt some type of way about not being invited to perform here? Granted, they are
Probably
not from
Drake.
California like
Cole.
Kendrick, but these are all the legendary rappers they looked up to during their childhood. So for Kendrick to get the nod here and to get to share the stage with them probably pissed these guys off.
Eminem, in fact, right now, hold on. Remember this picture.
Nod here and to get to share the stage.
Now, of all the people, of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people performing, 3 of them are from California. 1 of them's from Long Beach, California. I think Dre is from Compton, so 2 of them are from Compton. 1 of them is from Inglewood. The other 3 aren't even from California. Remember that.
With them probably pissed these guys off. So I would not be surprised if that was what that line was about. And if so, it's even more hilarious that Kendrick will now be the headliner, while once again not so subtly trolling Drake here in the promotional announcement for the event. Like, if Kendrick goes out there and has this crowd full of people, including hundreds of millions of more watching from their homes, all calling this man a PDF file in unison, it's truly over. Now, I also saw a lot of people on...
I'm going to keep it tall. Before Jabari gets into the part, this is where I'm going to give my opinion about the snub. I'm seeing a narrative being built. I think people are trying to scare Kendrick out of performing Not Like Us at the Super Bowl. And to me, I don't think he has to, right? If he does, I don't think he has to for it to be over for Drake, or what Jabari said. It's already. The move of him doing that, it's already. If he does it, it's a cherry on top, but something makes me feel like, because we got a lot of time, people are going to try their hardest to try to get this nigga to not perform Not Like Us. And I just think whether it becomes Drake's team takes legal action, whether it's the hip-hop commentary people who are on more of the Drake side start trying to push that narrative, I think that's what is going to happen. But either if he performs it or not, it's a body bag. It's a body bag, bro. It's a
online
body bag.
Upset that Lil Wayne was not invited to headline this event.
Oh, okay,
as a lot of people online
Let's
upset
talk
that
about
Lil
this.
Wayne was not invited to headline this event.
If y'all watch his channel, y'all know Lil Wayne is my favorite rapper. When Kendrick's not active, Lil Wayne's my favorite rapper of current rappers, right? And Lil Wayne is in my top five, period. So I gotta take
as he
on
has
this.
expressed interest in the idea of doing so, mainly because it will be in his home city of New Orleans.
Think about this for a second.
Apple and
Lil
Eagle.
Wayne, headline Super Bowl in New Orleans. How badly do you want to hear those words?
Just as bad as I would want to see my name at the top of that list when I was that whatever age it was, and I would bust into the office and get that Billboard magazine. And I performed at the Grammys, and that's an amazing, and the reason why that's probably the next highest feeling, but nah.
But honestly, if you've seen clips of Lil Wayne performing over the last couple of years, with respect to him because he is one of the greatest rappers of his generation, it's just not very good. A lot of times he can't even remember the lyrics to his own songs. But I do still have...
Okay, let me stop right here. Y'all saw me got triggered a little bit. This is what we gonna not do. This is what we not gonna do. We not gonna use this to slander Lil Wayne. We not about to slander Dwayne Michael Carter because this moment, right? Let me just say my thoughts on if Lil Wayne got snubbed. Would I have been happy to see Lil Wayne on the New Orleans show? Absolutely. I've actually paid to see Lil Wayne 3 times live. I've seen Kendrick 3 times live, and I performed with them one of those times. What I gotta say is, I'm never gonna... Lil Wayne is a great performer. I don't know where this... Now, I do know where the narrative of him being a bad performer comes from. Lil Wayne does a lot of shows and he's always touring, right? So if he has bad shows here and there, I know they're probably going to get more highlighted because we like destruction more than creation. I get it. But every time I've seen Lil Wayne, A1 day one, has not forgot a lyric, has not... The thing is, Lil Wayne also has more verses than probably any rapper we know. Right? And him saying he doesn't know his lyrics doesn't mean that... It means that you tell me what song on my set, if it's in my set, I'm going to relearn it. Bro, if any rapper tells you, who has as much stuff, or not even as much stuff, as Lil Wayne tells you they remember every single verse off top, they lying, gang. They lying. And Lil Wayne doesn't usually use tracking words on the back, so he has to remember it. So we're not going to do that. Now, what I will say is, Kendrick is more of a showman. Kendrick is going to have wardrobe changes. Kendrick's going to have backup dancers. Kendrick's going to have, Wayne might have some pyro and stuff, but Kendrick's going to have... I watched Kendrick Lamar get on stage with 3 samurais flipping and kicking in unison, and when their swords clashed, sparks flew out. So technically, for the Super Bowl, I think Kendrick probably is going to put on a bigger show, but to act like Lil Wayne wouldn't be in his bag for the Super Bowl, man, go back and look at him performing Gossip at the BET Awards, Nick. One thing I'll say when people ask me, because they know how much of a fan of both these people I am, like, what would you rather see? Man, I'd rather see a co-headliner. I'd rather see Wayne get pulled out. Or if Kendrick don't, it's cool too, because I honestly understand Wayne is going to be in a weird position right now. Because there's no way Kendrick's not trying to reach out to Wayne to do some sort of performance. But I don't know if Wayne's going to do it because it's become such a big thing. Now, Wayne has, wore the Weekends chain, and the way that he works with Drake's op sometimes is weird. So I can honestly see him doing it. If he does, I'm not going to be mad at it, honestly. But the reason why I don't necessarily think it's a snub for the reason people are saying is, this is the first time in the history of my life that I've ever heard people caring about the performer being from the place for the Super Bowl. I've never heard that. And I heard people try to flip the narrative and be like, no, we didn't care before, because people keep moving the goalposts. At first, it's like you got to be from there. And then when you show them all the list of performers, and only 3, I think, have ever been from the place, and it was the last people, then they go, no, we're talking about rappers specifically. It's like, Queen Latifah's a rapper. No, this rappers who performed at the Super Bowl and weren't there, nigga. And then let's even talk about that. The reason why they're saying that is because of the Kendrick, it's because the Compton show. It's because the LA Super Bowl where Dre brought out, the point of that was Compton, and it was because of Dre. But don't act like he didn't pull out 50 Cent and Mary J. Blige and Eminem. And technically, Eminem was about to have a longer set I'm pretty sure Eminem had a longer set than Kendrick. Or he was going to. Definitely, he gave a lot of, like half the set to, some of his set to 50. So let's call a spade a spade. Let's be realistic. The people that are mad because this is another chance of him dunking on Drake. That's all it is. That's all it is. And they're pretending that it's because they don't care, bro. These niggas don't care if Louisiana Fest sells out the next time. They don't care about nothing else. These people weren't even talking about the Hot Boy reunion when Wayne didn't take the stage with the rest of the Hot Boys, because Turk, most of y'all complain about that, don't even know what I'm talking about. That's the crazy part. And my last statement. You don't have to poop on Wayne to praise Kendrick. Second point, being excited to see Kendrick perform at the Super Bowl is not pooping on Wayne. My third point, I said all this on Twitter. Most of the people who are mad are not mad because Wayne is not performing. They're mad because Kendrick is. And a new fourth point, no matter what you niggas say, I'm also seeing that it might be New Orleans was the ones that said, like, the city didn't want Wayne. I might be wrong, but I was seeing stuff. I didn't do research. So let's calm down and not act like the person who has the biggest song of the world usually going to perform at the Super Bowl. So
have the theory that Kendrick will bring Lil Wayne out on stage.
Yeah, and I also think that could happen.
Bringing in the guy who ushered Drake into the game and made him who he is today, that would be insane. His name.
I will say though, Wayne, you will never then. Nobody will ever convince me they're friends. I will say that though.
Name is already.
But I want to see it. I want to see it. You know what I mean?
Mentioned in the beef when Kendrick says on Not Like Us that Drake apparently fucked Lil Wayne's girl while he was in jail back in 2010, and then had to get a tattoo of his face to apologize to him. The next year, in 2011, Lil Wayne would rap on 6 Foot 7 Foot, Had My Heart Broken by This Woman Named Tammy, but hoes gonna be hoes, so I couldn't blame Tammy. Tammy is obviously the woman who smashed both Drake and Lil Wayne back in 2016.
Like, do you prefer the company of Drake over Lil Wayne or Lil Wayne over Drake?
That would be the story that we would talk about.
And when Lil Wayne released his journal, Gone Till November, he was asked about this situation, and this was what Lil Wayne had to say about that.
In the book, there's a part in the book where you say that he came in and told you that he had smashed one of your girls.
Oh, when he wrapped up. Oh, I wasn't worried about that. I mean, I was just, that's just how life goes when you locked up.
No, your homies ain't supposed to smoke. It's true, but they're not supposed to, though.
Yeah, I know.
That shit hurt.
She still be texting me and stuff,
That shit hurt.
Stop texting me, too. For real. Because it still hurt.
So to me, he still seemed pretty salty there.
Wayne,
and
bro.
in the official excerpt from the book, you can.
And one thing y'all ain't gonna do with because this is the OVO stands that are really pushing this. Like, look at how academics crashing out. I didn't even want to bring up Birdman because I might react to something else about it, and because this video is already too long. But Birdman, Nicki, let me just give you an abridged version. Shut the hell up. Shut the hell up, bro. Especially Birdman, bro. Shut the hell up, bro. Talking about disrespect, nigga. Talking about disrespecting Wayne. Really, nigga? I've been around for Wayne's whole career, bro. I was here during the Free Weezy era. I was around when his bus got shot up. Shut the hell up, bro. It is what it is. This is coming from a Wayne fan. Respectfully. That's just just leave it alone, gang.
You can see how this really bothered him at the time. I woke up still feeling fucked up about the fucked up day that I had. Hell is what it was. I'm used to arguing with my girl on a daily basis, but finding out that she Drake was the absolute worst thing I could have found out. So don't be surprised when Lil Wayne is touching that stage in February.
Going to a Super Bowl before and watching the halftime show.
It's nothing like it.
And wishing, like, when you see the artist, you be like, I know they could have sung the song that I was featured on. I'm featured on everybody's song.
Facts.
Could have brought me out.
Facts.
Could have brought me out.
And after watching this clip where Drake completely sunned and ignored him back in the day, I wouldn't be surprised if The Weeknd comes out there too, and it's just the Avengers of the Drake detractors performing. Overall, it's just crazy how Kendrick is simply returning from the store every couple of months to kick Drake in the balls and laugh in his face. Drake has clearly been unsure of himself since the beef concluded, and Kendrick was a man who in his last album said that he was choosing peace, that he was trying to slow down and dial back his life. But now it's like a damn beast was woken up inside of him, to the point where he had to apologize to God for going to war. I don't know, this is just one of the most insane victory laps I've ever seen. It's like when that elephant killed that woman and then spun the block and showed back up at her funeral. I mean, this guy did say he was the biggest hater, and he meant it. Personally, I am looking forward to seeing his performance. I do think until then, Drake is definitely going to be feeling the pressure. So it's going to be really interesting to see everything that happens until then. I do think this is all very strategic. I mean, they usually do not announce the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they announced it mad early. And that's also, it's like there's so much time to give Wayne some time. Or I will say, though, if niggas complain their way into, just let it happen. I haven't heard Wayne talk yet. I haven't heard Kendrick talk. We're probably not going to hear either of them. They're a lot alike. So it's like
halftime performer till way later in the
when
year.
Wayne pop out doing a milli, y'all gonna be sick.
Marinate. Either way, I do want to thank you guys for watching today's video.
Shout out to Jabari. Make sure you subscribe to him. Do you think Wayne got snubbed? There's a lot of Super Bowl. I don't think he got snubbed in the way people are saying because he was entitled to it because he's from New Orleans. Would I have wanted to see Lil Wayne? Of course, but there's many more Super Bowls to come. I don't think this is a new thing where you got to be from where you performing from. And I'm not going to allow that precedent to be set just for hip hop because this is one of those moments where it sounds like you're saying something noble when you go, no, hip hop rappers where they're from is so important. But what you're actually doing is you're minimalizing hip hop and you're really just saying you're not saying you should perform where you're from. No. You're saying you can only perform where you're from because why can't Wayne perform at the next Super Bowl? All right. Or if you don't perform where you're from, it's a problem. Nah,